everybody! Since it is Easter this Sunday, we're baking. I am not a professional baker at all, but I do love making sweets, even when they don't turn out as cute as I want them to be. So today we're gonna be making little taiyakis. So I found this taiyaki pan or mold or whatever on Amazon. Oh, and it's still wet. Should have opened it beforehand. Anyway, I found this little taiyaki pan or mold or whatever on Amazon, and I asked for it for Christmas, so I got it from the one and only Santa. It's from a brand called Cook King. I tried finding it on Amazon, so I can put a link in the description for you, but unfortunately I only saw that they had like the big one where it was 2 giant fish. So I thought either way, I'll put it in the description, and if you want to wait for the new one to come back in stock, that's perfectly fine. Entirely up to you. It looks like this. How cute. And then you open it. Got the little fish inside. But yes, I think this was fairly cheap. I know that it could be pretty expensive. The one with the 4 is more expensive than the one with the 2, oddly enough. But I love it. It has worked really well for me, so I highly recommend. So you might be wondering, what is taiyaki? It's like a little Japanese waffle. It's a little fish-shaped waffle-like cake that's usually filled with some kind of like red bean paste. I'm not the biggest fan of red beans, so we will not be doing red bean today. It does come in different sizes, and the shapes of the fish are a little bit different. I've had taiyaki before where it's like a larger fish and it's hollow on the inside by the mouth, and then they fill it with ice cream and like other little toppings on it, like a pocky stick. It's amazing. It's pretty much a light snack. Apparently, the shape of a fish came about because of this popular fish called Tai, whose name rhymes with medatai, meaning joyful in Japanese. And I'm seeing that in Japan, taiyaki is actually eaten at happy events or celebrations to bring good luck. And lastly, I liked this. Even those who were poorer in Japan were able to afford this snack, and that's a big reason why it got so popular. A little history lesson for you there. All right, so let's talk about what you'll need. If you're anything like me, I am very intimidated by baking for anything from scratch. So I opt in for pre-made mixes at any chance that I get. And if you don't want to use a pre-made mix, there are hundreds of really simple different taiyaki recipes out there, so honestly all you have to do is just Google it. I have done this with red velvet and people love it, so it really just comes down to what flavor you love and that you want to try. And with this mix, you are going to need water, 3 large eggs, and 7 tablespoons of softened butter. That's easy enough, right? Ooh, you're also gonna need a mixing bowl. I usually use the medium-sized ones, and a whisk. Now for the filling, it also comes down to whatever flavor you want. Since I'm not a big fan of red bean paste, I usually opt for like a Nutella or a hazelnut spread. Now I do have some things that you can opt out of having depending on how you like to bake. Before, I would fill the batter with like in Ziploc bags, and then I would snip a little corner, like a little hole in the corner to use that for squeezing the batter into the fish. It was really stressful because I'm not good at doing that. So instead, I bought these little squeeze bottles. I usually use this one for batter because it's much bigger. This is new, I haven't used it yet, but I would use it if I wanted to melt chocolate inside and use it for the filling. Also, if you do choose to opt in for one of these, I highly recommend investing in a little funnel. It makes it really easy to transfer the batter instead of, you know, making a huge mess like I usually do. Again, it is entirely up to you and how you like to bake. But today, since I don't want to heat up the hazelnut spreads, I am going to be using a snack size Ziploc bag for the filling. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's get baking. Let's get baking. Whee! Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is make the batter. You don't have to use all of the cake mix, but I do plan on making a lot because I want to give it to a bunch of people. Pour it into your mixing bowl. Crack your 3 eggs. I'm not good at cracking eggs. And then I already melted the butter a little bit. Then you want to add your butter. Maintenance is here, gotta go. We're back. So once you have the butter, eggs, and the mix, you want to add 3/4 cup of water. So now you should have all of your ingredients in. Now whisk. It is a goal in my life to get a really nice KitchenAid. I know my sister and my mom have one, and I borrow it all the time. Batter should be ready. This is when we're gonna transfer some of the batter into this. Funnels didn't work out as quickly as I wanted to, so I just took a spoon and I filled it inside. So now I'm going to fill up my little snack size Ziploc bag with the filling. So honestly, all I do is take a spoon, scoop it out, and then put it in the bag. And then I just squeeze it all to the bottom. It's a fresh one. Scoop out a bunch. But I just put that right inside. This is gonna be real messy because I didn't flip it and I just realized. And then honestly, oh, I have that thing. Does this work? Okay, cut a tiny hole. Got my batter, got my filling. It's time to cook.
The first thing you want to do is heat up your pan on a low heat. When you're ready, put the first layer of your batter in. You don't want to fill it all the way up because you're going to add a second layer after your filling. Once the first layer is in, add the filling. As much or as little as you'd like, but leave a little bit of space on top. And then you just have to go back and put the final layer of batter on top. It's okay if it overflows a little bit. We can clean it up later. When you're ready, close it and immediately flip. After about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on your heat level, give it one more flip. We want it to bake evenly. After 2 to 3 minutes, go ahead and open up to see your fish. Very gently take them out. If you're using a fork like me, make sure you don't puncture the fish. Just use it as something to help keep it stable. And again, be very gentle to our friends. Sorry it's a little blurry. On to round 2. So you'll see here that I usually fill up to almost the top, and as it's cooking it raises a little bit. So you do want to move a little faster. If the fish overflow and it gets on the sides, no worries at all. This is a non-stick pan already, so all you have to do is just slide your spatula across and it takes it right off. If you don't want to do that, go ahead and take them out with the extra sides, and once they're cooled, you can break them off. My biggest piece of advice is to wait until they're fully cooled, that way they can just break off like little chips. If you do it too early, you start to rip the fish apart, and we definitely don't want that. Clean it up to however you'd like, and you're all set. Here's the final product. Look at all of our new friends.
Yay! Here they are. They're all gonna fall, so I'm really scared. There he is! So yeah, that's today's video. I hope you had some fun and I hope that you are inspired to bake yourself. And if you do, let me know. I would really love to see the end product. Also, because I enjoy baking, there's another thing that I had in mind to make for a future video, but you let me know if this seems interesting to you or not. This is inspired by Dee. He made an illusion sponge cake. So actually the real question is, which one's the real sponge? You tell me. If you celebrate Easter, please be safe and have fun. I hope it's very colorful. Feel free to subscribe. If not, feel free to follow me on Instagram. My handle is intricate. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next one. Thank you. Bye.